Alrighty then, we back. Motor City Sports Talk, we in the building. I do appreciate everybody for checking in. Had to fix the camera. Y'all know what it is. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. I was live on my other channel. A few of my subscribers here came over and told me, no, my other boy, he don't subscribe over here, I don't think, but he told me, he was like, yeah, my Seahawks got Quandre Diggs. I didn't believe him. And then one of my other subs, Fred Jackson, came over. Another guy came over. Sorry, I don't remember your name. And it was like, yeah, you heard Quandre got traded? They traded Quandre Diggs to the Seattle Seahawks along with a 7th round pick. They got a 5th return. And Dave Burkett was on Twitter saying some things, saying that Quandre Diggs' play had dropped off. He missed tackles. They felt confident in Will Harris, and they felt confident in Tracy Walker, so they wanted to move on. Sound like the Lions being cheap again to me. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. And also, Kerryon Johnson going on IR, where he hopes that he can return later to the team this season, which I believe that he had a knee procedure today, that he won't be back this season. He may not be back with the Lions as a starter running back or at all. But let's talk about Quandre some more. It's a bit of Lions being cheap. Quandre is one of my favorite Lions. Diggs, Slade, Quandre Diggs, 2 of my favorite Lions. I think my top 2 for sure. It's unfortunate, but hey, he got out. You know what I'm saying? Like the movie Get Out. He was able to get out, and now he go to Seattle and get an opportunity to win the championship. Seattle can use some safety help. They got rid of Earl Thomas, got rid of Cam Chancellor, and watch him go over there and probably produce and probably do well. At the end of the day, people say, oh, he didn't play well this season. He missed some tackles. For one, he had an injury. For 2, sometimes it happens. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get off to a slow start. And at the end of the day, for somebody that just got a new contract about a year ago, and that kind of shocked everybody that they paid him that amount of money, you just going to get rid of him because he had a bad first few games. At the end of the day, you should be getting rid of Pascaloni. You should be getting rid of Jared Davis. You should be getting rid of Rick Wagner, Taylor Decker. It's a lot of more guys you can get rid of, but they shocked him. They put him on the trading block, and it just so happened that several teams had interest in wanting to trade for Quandre Diggs, and Seattle Seahawks was willing to give up a 5th round draft pick. I just think SOL, same Lions, same cheap Lions. They didn't want to pay him. Will Harris is what round he got drafted in? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever round it was. He cheaper, and they probably think it ain't that really of a drop off. And this the problem. The Lions just too cheap. They don't want to pay nobody. They don't want to. Patricia don't want to adjust his defense to nobody. If you can't play man coverage, or if you don't fit the system, we're gonna get rid of you. It don't matter about what talent. He don't fit his talent. He don't. How can I say it? He don't fit your talent into his defense. If your talent don't fit his defense, then good. If you don't play good and you cost too much, they can get rid of you. This wasn't no move where he's playing so bad, because we talking about trading guys that play bad. Shit, where Jared Davis at? All that speed, can't tackle, can't cover. Come on. Where Trey Flowers been at? I know you wouldn't trade him because of all the money that's guaranteed there, but what about him? You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of guys that don't play bad. Rick Wagner should have been gone. Been gone. Taylor Decker been sucking. They got rid of C.J. Anderson. It's all about money, bro. It's all about money. With the Lions don't want to pay nobody. That's why the NFL, what they assisted in Martha in her coaching search, they put her with Bob Quinn because he came from an organization that helped build the championship for cheap. Cheap. They not looking to spend no money. They not looking to go all in to make the fans happy or nothing like that. Don't let nobody tell you different. Oh, C.J. Anderson didn't fit what we wanted to do, and I wouldn't be surprised if they asked C.J. Anderson to take a pay cut. Anderson, this and that. Man, they don't pay nobody, dog. If you ain't going out there and you ain't breaking runs off like Barry, or you ain't Rod Woodson or Ronnie Lott at safety, they just don't want to pay nobody. And it's very, very unfortunate, dude. It's super unfortunate, that it's this type of organization, man. And I like Quandre Diggs, man. He brought a lot of pain. He brought an enforcer mentality. And if they feel so strongly about Will Harris, and I ain't seen nothing special about Will Harris. Every time I see him out there, when he coming in, he getting beat. It's cheap. It's all about being cheap, and I'm tired of it, dude. And he said, "Oh, it's not a fire sale. They still, man, they're being cheap." You know what I'm saying? And the Force is being cheap. They want to pay. They want to put half the puzzle. They don't want to put half the puzzle. They want to put a quarter of the puzzle together. That's it. They want to put a quarter of the puzzle together, and hopefully they roll the dice and be successful. The Force don't want to win. And I'm not putting this all on Bob Quinn either. He getting the marching orders from the owners. They don't want to win. At the end of the day, the Force make all that money, and they know how the city is suffering for a team to win. The Red Wings, they held up their end of the bargain. The Tigers, they held up their end of the bargain. The Pistons, they held up their end of the bargain. It's time for the Lions to carry the city. And the Force don't want to sell the team. Don't want to sell the team. It should be a rule in the NFL. If you don't win a playoff game in 20 years, you should have to sell your team. I bet you that make them get out there and try to bust their ass. But it don't surprise me, dude. It don't surprise me. They can look, oh, who making too much money? We get rid of him. What it boiled down to? People say, why they get rid of C.J. Anderson? Money. They don't want to pay nobody. If you don't go out there and you ain't rushing for 500, 600, 700 yards in a few games, they gonna cut you. But let's talk about Kerryon while we're talking about the rushing game. He going on IR. A lot of fans gonna ask, is he the running back? Maybe he's just a complimentary running back. But like I said yesterday, you look at Kevin Jones, you look at Javid Best, you look at Amir Abdullah, you look at Zach Zenner, all the running backs they had, Joyke Bill, Reggie Bush, James Stewart. Look at all these backs they done brought in over the years. And why they ain't been successful? Because they can't run the ball. They don't have an offensive lineman. It was Raiola, it was Backus. Now it's Taylor, it's Wagner, it's Dale, it's Wiggins. They need to put better offensive linemen in front of them. And hopefully with that 5th round draft pick they acquired, they can put better offensive linemen in front of him. But I would definitely draft a running back. You need 2 backs in this league anyway. Tyler Johnson, he ain't gonna be a complimentary back. They need a Saquon. This is what it is. Bypass the BS. Bypass the Rashad Pennies and the Amir Abdullahs and the Darius Geises and the Kerryon Johnson world. They need a special running back that can make something completely out of nothing. Because it ain't nothing. Don't nothing be there. Everybody question no matter who the running back is. It is his vision, or is he not good enough? They not evaluating running back good enough. It's simply the Lions don't have an offensive lineman. They didn't have the coaches before this year to put a proper running game in place, man. They don't have the horses to get the job done. And for Kerryon Johnson being injured 2 years in a row, yeah, I get a running back. He could be a complimentary piece, or they can trade him too. It's a lot of more guys they can trade before they got to trade Quandre Diggs. But they're not going to trade Kerryon. They probably get rid of him because he cheap. He don't make a lot of money. That's what it boiled down to. They pay Matthew Stafford. They don't pay nobody else. They don't want to pay nobody else. Who else getting paid? They only paid Trey Flowers because he came from New England. And they paid Coleman because he was at New England for a minute. Trey Flowers ain't did a goddamn thing. He ain't brought nothing but pain and misery with his penalties. You paid him all that money for what? And I told y'all, man, people, you hate you. I'm just telling y'all, you don't pay that type of money for that type of production. Who was going to pay him that type of money? I guarantee you, it wasn't another team that's going to pay him that money. You know what I'm saying? If I'm paying somebody, 80 million, 56 million guaranteed, whatever it is, I need production 10, 12, 13 sacks. But that's the Lions, man. When they spend money, they spend it in the wrong places and with the wrong people, though. But with Kerryon, man, hopefully he get better. But I think his days as the lead back in Detroit, the clear-cut lead back over with. They had find another running back to come in to help him be complimentary to him. But at this point, they need the whole offensive line, right tackle, left guard. I will keep the right guard Glasgow and center Frank Ragnow. They need to address all of them, and they need a special running back. So the list is deep for what they need offensively. Then they still need a receiver. They still need team speed. They need a running back that got breakaway speed. They need a receiver that got speed. Team speed on this team suck. And the guys that's fast, that can run like Diggs and Darius Slay. Darius Slay gonna be going out the door next. How much you want to bet they're gonna get rid of Darius Slay? I don't know what the trade deadline is. Is it already gone, whatever? But whatever the trade deadline is, or whatever after the season, they're gonna trade him. That's when they're gonna pay him. All the players I like, they're gonna get rid of. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna trade Darius Slay. They're gonna trade. But they won't trade Jared Davis. And then the guys that got speed, like Jared Davis, he don't know how to utilize it. But it is what it is. Motor City Sports Talk. I do appreciate everybody for checking in. Want to make a donation? The links in the description. Cash App, PayPal. Best way to donate is share the video. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. We got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Play the Giants this week. I will drop that prediction video tonight. Other than that, man, I got a Piston video coming up. Appreciate the love and support. One time, but the one time. Motor City Sports Talk. We gone.